everyone, and welcome to another episode of ICT Today. Today we are going to be talking about a very sensitive issue, the topic that is actually in the media. If you check the front page of the newspapers, you see it. I have with me Mr. Victor Adeleye. He's a technology entrepreneur, he's a software developer, he's the convener of Ogun Digital Summit and a member of Ogun Twitter community. Mr. Victor, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me at this program. It's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yes, when it comes to digital literacy and how much of social media we use in Nigeria, like even looking at the data we have online, we have 39 million of Nigerians using Twitter. So for me, I would say we have a lot of Nigerians on social media, a lot of them. There are people that are even surviving just on social media, not doing any other thing. They just stay at home and then just use social media. We have social media managers, social media influencers. So when it comes to digital literacy, I think on that line, in that part, we have a lot of Nigerians on social media. Yes. The ban has actually done more of something negative than positive. For example, there is someone in Lagos that all the woman does is sell food, and everything she's doing is online and it's through Twitter. That kind of person is already jobless at the moment. You understand that kind
Jobless.
of jobless at the moment.
It's not that he's not producing.
She's not producing anything.
Producing,
but because of the ban,
okay,
by the federal government, the person is already jobless. So to me, I feel it has done more harm than good. Sincerely, so it's kind of negative to me. I feel the ban has done more harm than good. Yes, that's my opinion about that.
Okay, but there's a twist there. I keep saying ban, but federal government came up later to say that it is suspension.
You mentioned that Twitter was banned because of our president tweet.
That's the subject online. The second reason is that due to its persistent use of the platform for activities capable of undermining our corporate existence. Those are the two reasons that people are arguing about. It is a presidential tweet. It is threatening our corporate entity as a nation.
Okay, about it threatening our corporate governance.
Okay.
I actually don't think the reason Twitter deleted that tweet is just to threaten our corporate governance presence online on social media. I think the main reason is that our president tweet must have violated Twitter rules and regulation. Every company has rules and regulations that guides them, and even when Donald Trump violated the rule, they even suspended him permanently. Donald Trump is no more on Twitter at the moment, you understand? Okay. And that is their host country. They are in US. So now compared to our president, they didn't delete his tweet because it's the president.
Okay.
I think the reason why they actually deleted his tweet is just because he violated Twitter rules and regulation. And concerning the impact of this Twitter ban on our people, like I said earlier, the fact is that this Twitter ban has done more harm than good, and a lot of businesses are being affected. We can know more. We look at it now. Let's say you do this and do that before you sell beats online, you sell whatever you sell online, all entrepreneurs, you can no more advertise on Twitter. What you do before is you are a social media manager and you advertise for people. Okay. You can no more do that anymore.
I even discovered that. Okay.
So I feel this thing is actually having huge impact on our economy and is not positive for us. It's going to affect the whole economy at the end in a very negative way. That's how I feel, because people that are earning through these means now are no more earning through that means, and they will have to look for other means. Thereby, different people try doing things. Even people can start going into illegal activities online just because they don't have access to their means of livelihood. So I feel it is actually doing more harm when it comes to that impact of this Twitter ban on our people. It is doing more harm than good. Normally, the way Twitter algorithm work is such that if I tweet something now and I have 3 followers, for example, and someone who has more than 1,000 or 2 million followers just retweet what I tweet, it's just like me having access to that person followers.
Okay.
And I think that is one thing that we need to know. This Twitter is giving us the opportunity to express our opinions. That's the thing. But now, when it comes to people that are losing, how this thing is making people jobless, people that are influencers on Twitter, people that all they do is just to talk for people on Twitter, because there are those people, they have like maybe thousands of followers. Some of them might have like 50,000 followers, 100,000 followers, and what they just do is to retweet what you have tweeted so that it can get to more people. Those kind of people now will be jobless, because the government is not supporting the use of Twitter. And me that you want to advertise for, that you want to retweet my tweet, I wouldn't want to go against what the government has said. So those kind of people are jobless now. Social media guys that are using Twitter, that you have, if you like have 1 million followers on Twitter at the moment, you are jobless. From my own perspective, I don't think social media is being censored. You know why? If they want to license or censor all social media, what they are going to do is just to cuckoo ban everybody. Both Instagram, Facebook, suspend all of them, and then censor everybody and have a particular rules and regulation for all of them. But this just happened only to Twitter. I think the main reason why this thing is happening is that the government is looking at it that we use our freedom of speech. We are able to express our opinion faster on that application. Just imagine what happened during NSAS. We're able to just gather a lot of youth. We're able to gather themselves together just through Twitter, that we are meeting at this place next on Monday, so time and this time. Let everybody gather via Twitter. We're able to gather everybody without any other platform. So the removal of Twitter from us, we just take our freedom of speech away from us. So it is doing more harm even to a lot of us. Look at what is going on at the moment. Showore is trying to gather people for protest again June 12 using Twitter. So I think by breaking it down, they know that we youth will not be able to express our opinions well enough. Okay, licensing all OTTs is on its own an advancement. It's a good idea. But banning Twitter now, banning one of them just to license suspension. Yes. Suspending one just to license them is not really a good idea to me. You understand? That is just a retrogression. Okay. But because look at if we look at everything, looking at what just this few days ban has done. You know, it has really done a lot of harm than
some people feel as if
some people are out of business.
Yes.
Some people are out of business. Even here we are unable to tweet anymore. Nobody is able to use Twitter anymore. We are like out of the world. We don't really know what is going on in the US via Twitter. We have to go through another platform. So me, I just feel banning the platform is not the best way for them to censor the platform. They could go through another means. They don't have to really ban that platform for them to censor it and license OTTs. Twitter is monetized and people have to pay to use this application. Of course,
in Nigeria,
we really can't have as much people as we do now. You understand? It will reduce the population of people using Twitter. That's what I think from that perspective. But then, you mentioned that government is using it to do their campaign and using it to get a lot of people also. I feel social media is very powerful. Even though government can use it for their side, that they want people to view them as good people and do this so they can vote. They can use it to campaign. It is the same way people can also use it against them. You understand? So I think it is this fear that has actually made them suspend the ban for now. You see, that's why presidency said Twitter was just suspended and not banned. So that message came from the presidency, that they didn't actually ban it. It was just suspended for a period of time, which means they will still bring it up back because they know how useful it is for them, although it can be used against them.
But the tweet says suspended indefinitely.
I'm sure they are going to actually. I'm sure they are going to do something about it.
Okay.
You can't actually continue like this. Well, for me, I really don't think AGF can actually trace people that are using Twitter. That because most guys, do you know that people are still tweeting in Nigeria?
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know.
I don't know.
I'm going
because
to,
we are out of
the platform at the moment.
Yes.
At the moment, people are still tweeting as of today, this morning, using virtual private network (VPN).
Okay.
VPN is like a way of hiding your IP, such that you can act as if you are in London, even though you are physically in Nigeria. Your IP address will be using that IP of people in London. So when you go on Twitter the app will not be able to read that this person is in Nigeria. So you can actually still be available online.
So a lot of they
are exempted from the ban, that kind of thing. So a lot of people are actually using VPN to access the network, and I don't think the order of taking people for violating the rule is really effective, and there's no way they can actually track people down to now go and arrest them for violating the rule sincerely. And it's a freedom of speech. We shouldn't look at this thing. We have freedom of speech as Nigerians. It's our civil right. So for me, I don't think now limiting us that if you talk anywhere you are able to talk, we are going to arrest you is not really a good idea. That's from my own perspective.
It's been a wonderful time on ICT today with Mr. Victor Adeleye. He's a techpreneur, he's a software developer, he's the convener of Open Digital Summit, and I hope that by next time when we call on you, you will still answer us.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Thank you for honoring us today on the program.
It's my pleasure.
Well, that's our package for today on the program. A quick reminder that you can follow us on all our social media platforms except Twitter. You can watch us live on our mobile app by downloading our app from App Store and Play Store. And you can also watch us on our website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. Until next time when I come your way again with another interesting episode. If it is digital, it's part of ICT.